Hello, I'm Philip Stoten. I'm on the Scoop Studio at Productronica 2019, and I'm joined by Ranjan Chatterjee from Cimetrix. Ranjan, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
We've talked a lot about connectivity and, it being the foundation of smart factory and absolutely essential. And we've talked a lot about standards. And one of the things that you've done a lot is try to simplify the process of getting connected. And you've got a new product to do that. Tell me a bit about that solution.
So the new product, it's a platform in a way, right? So it basically helps in connectivity as well as getting the data so you can do analytics on it very quickly. The key that we are trying to get at is you can do the integration very fast, so you can do a whole line in less than a day, and that's what we ended up doing in an EMS guy, because some EMS guys have like 94 factories, thousands of machines. So if you take like a month to do a factory, you're talking about 94 months for that guy, right? So they would probably never do that. So that's why they get into this POC purgatory where they're always doing POCs. And then if some guy does it for like 6 months and then a new person comes in and a new thing. So that's what, with this new product, you can integrate the machines easily, start doing analytics, and you can start doing the ROI, because we have an OEM module that is integrated with the platform that you can start getting some ROI right away by looking at the bottleneck machine or something. So you don't necessarily have to wait for some programmer to get hired who is going to get something done. And then once you have the ROI, you can do more with it, right? So then you can do SPC or you can do other things. So this is really an integration platform more than anything else. It's not an MES. It is not a high level like an SAP kind of MRP system. So it's something to get you a smarter factory by having a smarter equipment, by having a smarter connectivity, because you really can't have a smart factory without a smart equipment.
Yeah, and it's that digital transformation of the manufacturing process and every piece of equipment that is, as I said before, that foundation. And you use the term POC purgatory. I've also heard the term analysis paralysis, which is people just constantly looking at stuff and analyzing it and not getting started. And that's something I think has really held up Industry 4.0 so far. But you're getting to a point where people are actually doing this deployment. Those are large EMS companies. What sort of companies are you working with, and how's that process going?
These are the top, 2-3 EMS companies, as well as we have some Fortune 5 companies. And not only that, we also have an appliance, which is like edge computing, where if the machine is not smart, then we have software that you can use, that we can deploy, that will actually provide the functionality to make the machine smart. Because one of the things is also that they say you can create the world in 7 days because there was no installed base. So now there is installed base, and we need those machines to be part of the planning, and we have the way to do that also. And so once you get the installed base as well as the new machines all having connected, then you're talking about having a smart factory. And you can't have a digital twin if you can't digitize the factory.
Yeah, and that's kind of the root to everything. And it was interesting, you said you have some Fortune 5 companies, which I assume are looking at this not so much from their own manufacturing, but from an OEM point of view. Is the pressure coming from the OEM side as well as within the EMS companies?
Yes, the OEM side, a lot of the OEMs now, if you look at the bigger guys, they are platform-based businesses themselves. And a lot of them are, in the past, they were mainly hardware companies, they were outsourcing like Motorola and other companies. Now, these are software companies, so they want data to run their operations and supply chain. So when they get data from the EMS or other people, they are looking for transcription errors, and then they don't like that. They can't ascertain where the mistake came from and how it happened. So they would rather just get the data raw. And there's another thing is people give them log files, and they really don't like that, because log files have a lot of mistakes. Sometimes they are missing data, sometimes they get overwritten, sometimes it's not accurate. So once you are missing like 10 minutes worth of data in a whole line, then you can't really ascertain a quality problem. So a lot of those guys are hiring us to put these systems in the factories, even though they don't own the factory.
No, and that makes perfect sense. They want that traceability, they want that control. And it's encouraging that not only not only those companies are deploying, but the large EMS companies that you're talking about are also deploying the solution, because now it feels like smart factory strategy is like table stakes. You have to have those for the large OEMs to take you serious.
That's right. It is pretty much table stakes. They need to do this, but the problem is they don't know how, and sometimes it's expensive and it's time consuming, and sometimes they don't want the IT and OT to be involved that much because they have their own things to worry about. So they don't want to be mucking around in the factory. So making it easy where a process guy can configure it, there is no programming involved, is very important. And then having the ability to use modern tools, not something that has been re-engineered 10 times over the last 10 years with some older stuff. If you use the modern tools that are used by most internet companies, you can use a laptop or a phone or a tablet, any form factor.
Yeah, that's really important. And I know we're going to be talking later about standards, and we're also got some stuff later in the week talking about the semiconductor industry, so we'll cover those then. I'm looking forward to that. But Ranjan, thanks for stopping by and thanks for chatting.
Yeah, thank you.